On today's episode, we have Thomas Barr, the executive director of Local First, joining us for a conversation where we're talking about how the organization can help set local small businesses and entrepreneurs up for success in 2021. Thomas, thanks so much for being here today.
Absolutely happy to be here.
I've had the pleasure of knowing you for a couple of years now, and we had the wonderful opportunity of featuring you within our Resources for Growth publication, which is another opportunity and great place for people to learn a little bit more about you and your background. But for those that haven't seen that, would you mind just sharing a little bit more about who you are and your role here in the community?
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm Thomas Barr. I'm the executive director of Local First Arizona. I've been working for the organization for 7.5 years now. I'm a Valley native. Grew up in the West Valley. Have been in Tempe actually for 15 years after graduating from ASU in 2010. And my passion is just really for this place. Growing up in Greater Phoenix has changed a lot over the last 30 plus years of my life. And when I was younger, people were not as proud of this place as they are now. Going to high school, people actually couldn't wait to get out of here, whether that was after high school or college. And it's a completely different landscape now. People are actually coming here and proud of being from here. So matching that with a passion for really working for small businesses and those that need resources and things like that is what landed me a place at Local First Arizona. So I'm just really proud of the work that we do. We represent over 3,000 small businesses across Arizona, and every day it's just a reward. And I'm super grateful to be able to help so many people that need the assistance.
So, for those business owners or entrepreneurs that have small businesses and they aren't necessarily familiar with Local First, how can you help them?
Sure. So we bring a really different approach to how we help small businesses in Arizona. Some people might come to us and think we are similar to a chamber of commerce, which we do offer business resources, but we're actually partners with all of the chambers across Arizona. We think they're really important staples in the community, and we're not trying to duplicate what they would do. What we're trying to do is help businesses that are headquartered right here in Arizona, small and even large businesses, tell their story and collaborate together to really tell the story behind what it is to be a business that's growing right here in Arizona. So we just have a really particular focus on businesses that have started here and are growing here. And what we do is we help businesses, what we like to call leverage their localness, which is hone into the unique things that they have as a locally owned business that they can offer to the community. And, that might be exceptional customer service. That might be a really unique product that you can't get anywhere else. That might be an experience that you can't get anywhere else, right? And that's really what we see as the power of what local businesses can do and have to do to really remain competitive in today's world. You think about going into your favorite restaurant or you think about visiting your favorite retailer. There's something special about it. And so, what we do is we help businesses learn about the up and coming ways that you can utilize technology and do that at the same time. So, we have a wide variety of educational resources. We do a lot of digital experiences online, and we have just a wide variety of relationships, partners, and opportunities year round that help connect more people to locally owned businesses in Arizona.
Another really cool offering that you guys have is the small business marketplace. Would you mind just sharing a little bit more about that?
Sure. Yeah. So after the COVID pandemic started, our team was having a lot of brainstorming sessions. We, took it upon our responsibility to be looking really down the road at a minimum 3 months of about 3 months for what we thought small businesses were going to need at that time. And one of the things that we identified in April 2020 was that people were shopping online more than ever before. We all heard about it, right? There was gaps in the supply chain, regardless of what you were trying to purchase. People were purchasing to go from all of their favorite restaurants, all of that kind of stuff. And what we anticipated was that come the holiday season, if small businesses weren't equipped to have strong presence digitally to sell their goods and services, then they were really going to get left behind with this surge in digital shopping. Um, and so we worked for over the past 4 months to develop the Shop Arizona Marketplace, which is a new e-commerce website that was launched in late November. And what it is it's a one-stop shop that you can connect with locally owned businesses and purchase their goods from. So imagine, all the fall festivals you might be going to this time of year, like Festivus or the Arizona Fall Festival, even our festival that we had to cancel. Imagine all those vendors online, and you can, purchase art, crafts, clothing, records, you name it. It's all going to be in one place online. So it's really an opportunity for small businesses to remain competitive and continue connecting with a broader audience of consumers throughout the state.
Yeah. So I know a number of us are doing a little holiday shopping. And so for those of us that would like to shop local, where could they find that marketplace?
Yeah, so it's online on our website at shop.localfirstaz.com. You can also just go to localfirstaz.com, and there's a link right there that'll lead you to the marketplace to do your shopping.
The marketplace has been a great platform for you guys to help those small businesses with getting their name and their brand and their products out there in the business community. But we all know 2020 hit a lot of businesses really hard this year. And so through that, both financially and with foot traffic and everything. And so you guys also have something that I think is a unique offering that not many people probably know about, which is the Small Business Relief Fund. Could you share a little bit more about that?
Sure. So again, right as the pandemic hit, our team really huddled up and tried to identify the greatest needs that were going to bubble up right away for small businesses. And there was a high level of uncertainty in mid-March. Our team was fielding calls from, upwards to 25 to 30 businesses every day who didn't know what was going to happen, was trying to create a plan, and was just really trying to link arms with others so that they could anticipate what was to come. And one of the things we identified through all those calls is that while there would be federal aid and state aid coming for small businesses financially, we anticipated a big gap in micro businesses, which we would call businesses with less than 3 employees, that wouldn't have the opportunity to wait that long for the funding to come. And as many listening might remember, much of that aid didn't come until late April. The PPP program, and we heard all the horror stories for the first round, and then the second round, most people got their money, but a lot of aid didn't come right away. And so what we did is we launched what we called the Small Business Relief Fund, which was a collection of private donations from local organizations and companies and individuals throughout Arizona who contributed. That we were able to give out micro grants to these small businesses throughout Arizona. We were able to give out grants to businesses in every county of the state. And this was really a lifeline for them. This was less for them to be able to, spend on expenses. This was, to put food on the table and to make sure that they could have their, small expenses covered for the coming month or weeks after we were able to get it out. So we were able to fund over 700 businesses across the state. We raised over $2 million. We even had great support from the startup community in Arizona. So the Yes PHX crowd, huge shout out to all of them. Kate Rogers and everybody involved there. Just rallied the entrepreneurial community in Arizona to donate, and we were able to get that money out to a wide variety of small businesses that really needed it. So it was really meaningful to see, those that were, maybe in a better position, giving back and making sure that all of those businesses, those caterers, barbers, salons could come back to. We were able to facilitate all those funds, and because of that, the governor's office actually tapped Local First to administer another grant of $10 million that we were able to facilitate in rent and mortgage relief for businesses that were mandated to close in the summer. So we just wrapped up distributing all of those funds throughout the state to bars, fitness studios, gyms that were mandated to close. And that was really impactful as well as a lot of those businesses, didn't really know, still a lot of them don't know what's to come. There's a long road ahead. And so we've been able to help a lot of businesses in a lot of great ways.
Yeah, you guys have definitely done some phenomenal work here in 2020, and that's been recognized by a lot of different leaders within our business community. So I know you have heard a lot of great, awesome success stories through your interactions with other local businesses, but what are some of your favorites that you'd be open to sharing with our audience?
Sure. Oh, there's so many. I think back to when again, I keep going back to when this first started, and we saw so many businesses. And I think we're all tired of the word pivot by this point, but there was a lot of really interesting things that businesses did initially to restructure themselves to be able to survive that initial kind of rush and then stabilize themselves as we kind of could predict the future a little more. We saw distilleries creating hand sanitizer and selling those to the public or giving those to hospitals. We saw print companies that were reliant on special events happening start creating masks. They started creating signage so that bars and restaurants could display that they were selling, alcohol and food to go, and signage to keep 6 feet of distance when you enter the stores. We saw so many types of businesses in that way identify what immediate needs were going to be and then what future needs were going to be in the community. And so, we were able to work with all those businesses not only to identify what some of those opportunities would be, but actually were inspired by a lot of people that stepped up super quickly and did it. And just hearing the stories from the businesses, they're still trying to restructure themselves and get out of this is it's difficult to hear sometimes how many are still struggling, but they're working at it and they're still doing all right. I was just speaking to a brewery the other day who was telling us, it's actually okay because their sales in stores are well. People are going to grocery stores more and doing more at home. But the one thing that's more difficult is that they're not releasing new beers right now, a lot of new beers right now, because what they rely on is people coming into the tap room and tasting new products and giving them direct feedback about it. And so we're still missing that personal interaction, right? We can have Zoom calls all day long. We can order to go and still support businesses, but businesses still need that personal interaction. And so I'm just, I really feel for all the businesses that have extended themselves to do things digitally, to have experiences digitally, to sell things digitally. Because as human beings, I think that we're still, long for that human connection, and I think the businesses are eager for us to get there. So fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll get there soon because I know they're all waiting for us.
You and I both know that Arizona seems to be the one state a lot of people and a lot of business owners want to continue to move to, which we're very thankful and happy about. So, for those entrepreneurs, small business owners that continue to move to Arizona, what advice do you have for them with getting connected and getting themselves set up for success in the Arizona market?
Yeah, I view Arizona as one of the most easy ways to get connected. We hear all the time, and even this was before the pandemic, which is, I think, one of the things that made us really strong throughout it was, Phoenix is the smallest big city in the world. You get connected to one person, and you're automatically, 4 people away from everybody you almost need to know in the entire valley. And I think everyone would agree on that. Whether you're in the business community or the nonprofit community or you're a community leader in any way, it's easy to tap into people that care and people that want to do good work here. And so I would just encourage anybody interested in coming here or that's new here is to hone into the transparency behind what you're trying to do. This isn't, an old city on the East Coast where you got to kiss rings and, do all these things and level up to all these people that have power and influence. I just don't see it like that here. We are very real and honest people. And if you're looking to do business here or do good work at all, tap into the transparency and the realness and the genuineness behind who you are and what it is you're trying to do, and you'll naturally fit.
So, as we're looking forward to 2021, what are you guys going to be working on? What are some of your big initiatives? What will Local First be doing in the new year?
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of cool things. So first of all, is while we're still in, a digital space, we are going to be continuing to transition things digitally for a bit until we are certain that it's going to be okay to do things in person. So while you're not going to see a lot of things in person from Local First, you're going to see a lot of really creative, cool adaptations to things we've done in the past. In February. Soon, we're actually going to be launching, and insider info to be launched soon and announced soon. We're going to be doing a special Devour experience. A lot of people know Devour Culinary Classic is one of the best food culinary festivals in Greater Phoenix, and we're super proud of it. Obviously, it's with a devastated restaurant industry and inability to do in-person festivals. What we wanted to do is really give back to that industry. So we're going to be hosting a really special event soon that is going to be safe for people to participate in. That is actually going to make sure that the restaurants get invested in. So you can feel super proud that you are contributing back to those restaurants that you've gotten to sample that food from the past 11 years at Devour, and also get a really awesome meal. So I encourage everybody to stay tuned for a special announcement about that just in the next couple of weeks. We're really excited about it. For our business crowd, you can be excited that we're also probably in early January going to announce our save the date for the Arizona Good Business Summit, which again is going to be taking place as a virtual event. It's going to be just a little different. We're actually going to be doing it over the course of a few days so that people can jump in and out and access the content at their leisure. But we are actually really committing to the content being just fantastic this year. Being virtual actually gives us a lot of flexibility to have both local and national speakers and panelists and presenters. And so we're really excited about the content and are going to announce that in early 2021. And then you're just going to see us continuing to deliver, our relationship-based approach to businesses. For those small businesses out there that continue to need support, continue to need guidance, we've got our eyes on what's coming next, and we're talking to people across the country about how you need to prepare, about what you need to be ready for, and you can rest assured that we'll be ready to deliver all the right information as it comes toward us, whether that's federal funding or what you need to do to prepare for people as they start coming out again in larger crowds to your establishments, special events, things like that. So we're excited, we're optimistic, but we also know there's a long road ahead.
So there are a lot of great leaders in our business community, as well as other larger businesses that want to help the startup or entrepreneurial community. And so for those that want to get involved, other than going to the cool Devour event or the Good Business Summit, what other ideas do you have for them getting involved with Local First?
Yeah, if you're a business headquartered in Arizona, join Local First. We have super affordable membership dues, and we keep it that way so that anybody and everybody that wants to be involved can get involved. And what we do is we take a relationship based approach to you. You're not a number to us. You're an individual, and you're a person we care about. So our team will set up a call with you, get to know you, get to know what you're experiencing, and plug you best into what we're doing. We do a lot of things, but we know not all things make sense for all people. And so we'll connect you to the right places within our network to get plugged in. We'll connect you to the right people, and we'll make sure you get true value out of being a part of what we're doing. Overall, what we're doing is trying to build a better state. And so if you believe in that too and want to be a part of doing that as a business owner, definitely encourage you to reach out and get involved with us.
Thomas, I know you personally, as well as several others from Local First, know a lot of people here in the business community, but I'm guessing there probably are a few that you haven't met. So, is there any type of individual, type of business that you're really interested in meeting or networking with in 2021?
Ooh, interesting question. You know, I don't know that I have one in particular. I've been kind of blown away at the number of new connectors I've met that are really good at it. So, there's I don't think there's one way or another to be somebody that likes to connect people together. But I'm super interested in those types of people who do it in really meaningful ways. There's a gentleman named Sam who owns, or I'm sorry, Sean, who owns a business called Advantage. It's a kind of like a trading organization where you might list something that you offer and do it in trade with another partner. But it's not like your typical barter organization that exists out there. He makes a true intention about bringing people together, having conversations, collaborating together, and actually creating relationships rather than just making it transactional. And I'm just kind of blown away by those types of people that are doing a really good job at that, especially digitally. So I'm always looking for ideas about how we can better be doing that at Local First, and how we can connect with more people that have those types of concepts and ideas and are doing it well. So I think that'd be a type of person I'd be interested in for sure.
Thomas, as we look to wrap up today's conversation, is there anything else that you think would be really important for our audience to know about the work that you're doing and Local First?
Yeah, I think it's important to just kind of consider. We've had a tough year. I don't think anybody would deny that. I think we've got another tough year ahead. And so, remember those businesses in the community that you've patroned before, and continue to support them. They really need it. I talk very often about, before the pandemic, if you might have gone into a coffee shop or your favorite restaurant, you're usually going to see that plaque of a t-ball team or a softball team on the wall behind the counter, because that business has always stepped up for the community and supported the community all the time. And really, right now is our opportunity to step up and be there for them so that they can come back from this and be there. If we want, a cool community, if we want a rich community of unique, um, uh, quirky businesses and strong businesses throughout Arizona, we've got to help them see this through.
So, for those individuals that want to learn a little bit more or would like to connect with you, what is the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, you can find Local First. Just type in Local First Arizona on Google or go to localfirstaz.com. I'm super active on LinkedIn, Thomas Barr with Local First Arizona, if you'd like to connect with me there.
Awesome. Well, Thomas, thanks again for joining us today and wishing you continued success in 2021.
Thanks so much.